Hi everyone, I'm 𝓜𝓲𝓬𝓱𝓮𝓵. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've met me here before. For those of you that are new, this is a soul-led channel. I'm a psychic medium, a channel, and an intuitive mentor. And I was led here by my team, my guide, and also by the angelics, who were very insistent upon me starting a YouTube and sharing. So it took me a while to figure out what exactly I was sharing, and now I know just tune in, do my thing, and they'll bring through information. So some of this information may seem like common sense, and this is a couple of the comments I've had. But these come up because usually there's going to be an associated death or incident around this, and it's just a warning. So, not leaving your baby in a hot car, or actually that one hasn't come up, but waterways. So there's already been a death of a 15-year-old in a creek. This is just, there's obviously things that are going to come up and going to happen. And this is just a warning for those of you that are listening to be aware, and maybe some lives will be saved. Who knows? I don't question it. I just follow along with what comes. And if it seems like common sense, well, that's because someone somewhere who's listening needs to be reminded. It just takes me to the situation with the dingoes. I actually followed my own advice. It came through that there was going to be aggressive dingo behaviour, and to watch out for free camping, walking alone on beaches on Fraser Island. So when I went over there, I was very dingo aware. And then a couple of weeks ago, we had that 19-year-old who perished at likely the hands of the dingoes. In the end, there was pre and post-mortem or death bites on her. So there's been also, a fraud. Maybe. I don't think so. Not when I'm following my team and just trying to share. A lot has happened as well. I can't remember all the things, and I don't know all of the things, but actually last time I did my channeling on the Sunday because of Australia Day on the Monday, and on the Monday we had a lot more shark attacks. So that happened before the episode even went out on Wednesday. I actually feel this has happened before too. I did a channeling once in the morning and got some really specific areas about storm and hail and its appearance, and where the hail was the most intense within Brisbane. And this happened in the afternoon again before the episode came up. And what I feel this is it's just a way of reassuring me. Yes, you can keep sharing. These are things that are happening. So I think that's what that's about in any case. Okay, so what I do, I just tune in to my team and the angelics, and then I just follow along and let them tell me whatever they want to share. I have shared before that I don't always know what it is. I don't know political situations practically anywhere, but definitely not everywhere. So I try for the best of my ability to understand what's being shown to me and give this information as I get it. So bear with me. Okay, first thing that's coming to mind is mortgage rate increases. This is going to be the first of a series of small increases, which may not seem like much, but it's going to have a staggering, I'm hearing staggering effect. People are already under pressure with mortgage repayments, and it will be enough to create some foreclosures. And I'm hearing an economic crisis. This is a tipping point. I feel this was avoidable. I'm getting drawn towards our government and maybe some measures that were taken or not taken. I'm not sure what I'm seeing, but papers being handed and signed off on misappropriation of funds into maybe areas where, something to do with that. And there was warnings from banks. I feel that this was known that measures could have been taken to stabilise the economy, and the ramifications of that are now that inflation rises. So this was actually, I feel this was a oversight or a mistake on part of the government, and I feel this is being handed to the people. So there's also rising fuel costs are inevitable. This will also be quite significant, and again, part of the tipping point. Things can't keep continuing with the increases in costs that are being handed to people. So there's about binding together, coming together, families combining. Don't be too proud. If you're in this situation, reach out to family members, start combining your families, sharing your wealth. This is going to be the way forward, where I'm seeing particularly men. I'm actually seeing a particular, I feel we're in Australia. I'm seeing a man, he looks like he might be from, like, I'm hearing Lebanon, something like this, and living in Australia, not able to keep up with his payments, but he's very proud. And this is showing some weakness, saying, I need help. I am not able to withhold my family, and almost not allowing the family to know everything's fine. But I feel this could lead to males under pressure to support families, and this could lead to increase in suicide as well. So supporting each other, asking questions, not being too proud is very important. Coming together of families, there are often combined solutions which will fit and suit all. There are a lot of single occupational properties, single occupied properties where there could be a family. And this is a change from singularity into working together as the many. This is part of the process. This is part of the building of New Earth. This is part of economic breakdown to reach that point. There are too many things holding you, chained to jobs, to structure, which ultimately will be released. This will set you free. Do not despair, just allow these changes, allow change of residence, allow movement. Don't hold on and be stuck. I've seen this before, where there's an appearance of wealth. I'm seeing very nice four-wheel drive, and yet there's no money in the household, no money for food. So dropping off appearances. This is the ego mind, stripping away of the ego so that we can really get to the core of who we are. And this is part of the process. I'm seeing meditation. Okay, using guided meditation to relax, to bring in a sense of calm, peace, tranquility, I'm hearing, during these troubled times is necessary. This is a practice that needs repetition, I'm hearing, to really gain benefit. So it requires moving out of the mind and into the body. The mind likes to hold on to fears, hold on to noise and chatter and what if and worry and concern. This is a process to learn how to let go. The mind does not have to control the outcome. This is often repetitive and unnecessary. Solutions are more difficult to find in this state. During calm and tranquil states, we are able to more readily hear our guidance. I'm getting very strongly our guides are supporting us at this time, and I feel because of the intensity which I've spoken of before, able to communicate with us in subtle ways that can create change. So just allow this to happen and work towards the moving aside of the angst and the concern. Venezuela rising plots. I feel we have someone who's been gagged in Venezuela, someone who is popular with the people, a female leader. I feel her hands are tied and she's gagged, and this is not literal, this is symbolic. And this is not going down with the people with the people. She was their chosen leader. There's going to be some uprisings and plots. There may be some protests through I'm seeing that there's tear gas being thrown, that there's some throwing, there's people on the street, there's some protests, and like the scarves or handkerchiefs around the mouth, and kind of men throwing gas, fighting on the streets, uprisings, and it's going to involve a military presence. This is going to increase over the coming times. Things are going to become more unsettled. The military presence is going to increase. I can see kind of tanks moving in, trying to crush some of these risings, but I feel the risings are going to involve a lot of people. So some stability is going to give way into more instability. I'm getting factions are rising. So tensions are rising in Venezuela, protests. There's been some underhand activity which is moving aside what the people desired, what maybe was promised. There's a strong military flavor here, like a strong military hold. There may be an American presence, like some kind of warship out in the seas. My mind's been taken out to sea. I'm just seeing like an American warship. So just this presence, overarching presence. So there'll be some protests around. I'm hearing Uganda. Is that African Uganda? Also uprising, guerrilla movement, stealth movement through jungles. This could actually pose a threat for this warfare for the wildlife there as well. I'm coming back to gorillas. So last time it was the heat for gorillas and the loss. This is endangered. They're endangered. Even more so. I just feel that the jungles are being used, or there's a presence there, like for maybe thoroughfare and like people kind of coming into that space that may have been protected previously, but it feels like guerrilla groups. Somalia. So I'm seeing jeeps with groups of dissidents there as well, and some semi-automatic kind of rifles mounted on the jeeps, travelling fast, rising tensions. There's an increasing presence there as well, which is kind of forcing people's to, and I just see some ladies trying to get upon their way, but then ducking out of the way. It feels like an increasing presence and pressure on in Somalia against, and I don't know anything about like government or leadership as well, and it feels like this is strengthening as well and becoming if I can, I'm still just, while I still have the vision, so there's still more I need to say. So I just see what this is. I feel like it's going to interfere more with everyday life for Somalians in some built up areas. People not wanting to go out of their homes as much, being very furtive around the streets. It could create, it's like they've seen warfare before, a lot of people getting about their business, but I keep seeing these ladies carrying goods upon their shoulders and then just going back into the home or keeping into the shadows. It just could be a big distraction for them being able to get about their business and have their needs met, maybe of people on the ground. I don't know if I've got that quite right because I keep seeing this lady, and that usually means there's more food. Could be just very difficult for them to, a lot of Somalis, to meet their families' needs, not being able, marketplaces are disrupted, famine, so I'm hearing famine. So there could be less access to food for some people due to rising tensions and disruption to normal food supplies because of this. Israel, it's relatively calm there at the moment. Okay, I saw this last week, putting on the hats, preparation of troops. There's going to be a bit of a push back into the Gaza region. I just seeing like the troops kind of rolling in like a bit of a cleanup operation. I'm not sure if it's an assessment or it feels like reconnoiter, like checking it out, a little bit of gunfire, some warfare. I feel there's looking to see what our population's like, who's living here, how can we move some of this population on. There's still people living there, but this infrastructure is kind of being destroyed. I feel like we're kind of trying to herd people into different areas, maybe feels like kind of clear the land a little bit. Maybe some landmines there. I'm just seeing a landmine or being aware of one. This could be just making a move towards being seen to make a move towards the land. Greenland. I've had Greenland the last 2 times. I heard protection order. Last time I felt that Greenland, there's a bid for oil. There's factions rising. Denmark. I feel Denmark is supporting Trump. So I'm seeing a handshake here around Greenland. There is a big push for this land. This is facing off against another large presence, large nation. Hmm. Kind of feel like sides have been taken again. This towing of the line. There's a standoff. I keep seeing Trump's face. It's never, it's never pretty. His face. He's always looking grumpy about something, or determined, or arrogant. And he just wants to throw the rule book out of the window. So I'm seeing a book kind of like he just wants to tear up the rule book and throw it out of the window. I'm hearing extreme impatience and threatening behaviours, or this could lead to threatening behaviours. I just want to know what, because last time maybe it was that I heard protection order, maybe this was just for ecological means. I was hoping that he wouldn't be able to move in with his oil refineries and destroy this pristine country. I feel I feel it will be stopped. There's a threat here from a larger nation, maybe Russia. I'm not sure about who's all involved in this. I'm hearing USSR. I often get the old-fashioned terminology. Okay, and I'm hearing Soviet. Okay, so there's a standoff there. This is a point of contention. This is like two boys fighting over a toy. Neither wants to lose their grip. This is going to cause a clash. This situation is creating a hot situation, a hot, um, could lead to warfare. I'm hearing warfare or threats of it, but I heard warfare. This is greed and tyranny and needs to be stopped in its tracks. Just what I'm hearing. Interesting. I'm seeing like a black and white photo of a scientist with black rimmed glasses. And I actually did a mediumship channeling on one of the scientists who was largely involved with Chernobyl. And he saw issues. There were issues and he was trying to stop them. And he was largely part of this cleanup. So I'm actually seeing what I think is his face, like scientist, black and white photo of scientist, lab coat, tie, black rimmed glasses, black hair. Let's see, what about this? Um, Cries for peace. This is Chernobyl. There's something that's been likened to Chernobyl, almost as if this has the ability to create quite an environmental disaster. Okay, I feel I've hit this for Greenland. This needs to be stopped. I feel we have bigger energies, spiritual energies, angelics involved in the protection of this land as well. I feel can we direct our energy to the protection of keeping Greenland pristine? This is the third time I've seen this. I feel combined like strong focused energies around this matter are able to increase kind of the assistance, maybe from other realms, the other side, but for peace around the situation. Okay, so we need peace around the situation. And so if we emanate peace and hold this situation in our hearts and thoughts and and we want a peaceful resolution in Greenland to be pristine and the ecology preserved. It has, I'm hearing, very large impact and potential for environmental disaster and warfare. There's a lot. This is becoming a very hot situation, a hotbed, I'm hearing. Hornet's nest, another thing I'm hearing. Tempers are frayed. There's behaviours not as reasoned. This is also going in line with planetary shifts, which are kind of action orientated planets. So this is also exasperating this activity. Mars, there's something about the positioning of Mars planetarily or the alignment at the moment that it's creating a situation of warfare, of increased intensity, leading to, this will be seen, warfare. Maybe this planetary alignment goes through till May. Everyone is trigger happy. I'm hearing trigger happy. So sending peace. I'm seeing like a peace dove. Peace and calm energy. If everyone can just hold this area in their thoughts. This, if not stabilized, this is going to have a ripple effect that's going to have ramifications, I'm hearing, for years to come. It's the beginning, or could be the beginning, of something big. Something, again, I'm hearing, avoidable. And affecting many populations. LA. Something about the LA fires. Residential areas. Okay. There may be another upcoming intensity around this. So there's risk again. There's continued risk in this region. This is not necessarily just a one-off situation. I feel this could be triggered again and again by similar weather patterns and events, and ultimately I'm seeing some areas are going to be kind of deemed as this area is not going to be safe to reside. So shifts in residential areas. Florida, I'm seeing, could experience some flooding, and I'm just seeing like monsoonal rain. So some really strong cyclonic type weather will be seen there as well. And I'm hearing unprecedented, so it could be just a bit of a increase there, and strong tidal waves. I get the very big, I see it as big waves and I hear tsunami, but when waves are really engulfing kind of residential areas. Back to Fiji. I'm seeing a raft. There's someone kind of building a raft. Let me just come a little bit deeper on this one. Oh, I feel maybe not a raft. Okay, we are rebuilding. So Fiji's coming into some wild weather and cleanup operation through the months ahead. So strengthening and it could be just kind of creating strengthening structures and battening kind of down. So this, I'm seeing like bamboo being strapped together but being used as to strengthen structures, and I'm just seeing this wild weather there. So yes, preparation. I feel preparation for some bad weathers will be underway. This is not far away, upcoming. High winds and seas. There's more cyclonic weather kind of in the Pacific, more monsoonal rain in the north of New Zealand. So I feel again, not so much landslides as just movement of silt, of it's destructive, kind of covering up vegetation, just the movement of some of the land erosion, heavy fast flowing streams, and some loss of arable land, and some kind of treacherous situations with wind weather warnings in place. I'm feeling this more in the north this time. I hope it's not the south. I'm actually going to New Zealand on Monday, so my usual YouTube may be disrupted because I'm going to be in an RV, and just a little manual one, and traveling around, and I'm hoping to go kind of to some beautiful remote places and do some walking. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get these out every week, so I'm going to have to see how I go with that. And that's why I'm doing this one a little bit early. So this is 31st of January, and normally I would do this on the Monday. This is Saturday, and release it on the Wednesday. Okay, Jordan again. This is this military, these factions against the military that I saw. So I see again tanks coming in, people turning against each other within the same country. So military against these factions, which I feel there's a divide, maybe religious or cultural divide within the country, and there will be some loss of life here. Going back to Fiji, I'm hearing coral sea. I'm just going to write this down. And coral sea, maybe it's coral, thin large waves. It's very this could be damage to the reefs around some of these islands. Could be actual coral reef, not coral sea. I'm just seeing the rings around some of the Pacific islands, and they're being battered, and some of it, maybe some destruction just through like natural elements. And this is what I'm seeing. This may have ramifications as well for the sea life in these areas. It's, beautiful snorkeling and things like this. Okay. Okay, I'm going back to Jordan. I'm all over the place. Okay, Jordan. I'm seeing what I feel is it a king or prince or something? Leadership in any case in Jordan. He wields with an iron hand. This is strangling the people. I'm just literally seeing an iron hand. It's again, don't know, but it's just a little bit of a dictatorship. I'm seeing mothers not okay. This is about I was getting the conscription, so compulsory conscription. I couldn't think of that word last time. So yeah, this is not popular. This may spark the beginnings of this kind of downfall in this. Um, I feel this is untenable as well. Okay, let's see if we can move away from that. Okay, Scotland. This is like the Shetland Islands, something about the weather up here. There's something like really full on. Actually, I did get one of the episodes just after Christmas. I got the fire in the high-rise building and also Chicago and this massive snowfall. I don't know if anything's been seen in Milwaukee, but that did come up. So that was a gas explosion, 20-story residential building in New York, and just the top was on fire. So I don't actually know if that was tragic or not. I'm sure it had potential. And then the Chicago, there was a big some regions in the States, there was some, really full-on cold weather and snowfalls. And so that occurred in Chicago. And I feel Scotland, there's something as well, something big where the snowfall with the weather is kind of taken just another step. So the cold is very cold and the hot is very hot is what we're seeing. So like storms, but ice and snow and something along those lines. Kind of like cutting off transportation and normal transport routes. So I was seeing this about kind of food being and other logistics being affected by different things like the fires. And I feel we have this in Scotland as well. It may shut some things down, and there may be some power issues. So I'm seeing kind of power outages may be caused by the severity of maybe snowstorm, something along those lines. So just be aware to have alternate means of keeping warm if necessary. Blankets, it just seems very cold, and candles, I'm just seeing candles. So, and maybe alternate means to just kind of heat some water, or I don't know, gas heaters or whatever. Just something in case there's a disruption to the power from some quite severe storm weather in Scotland. Seeing the Maori people. And their strength as fighters, as warriors. I'm seeing them in traditional gear doing like, no, I don't know if it's the haka, I'm seeing it without hearing, but that kind of thing, tongues out, strong, fierce warriors, fighters. This is this is a time to embrace the spirit, this fighting, this strength. We all have it within us. So taking on some of this from our ancestors, just taking strength from our ancestors and not falling down to adversity or news, as the Maoris stood up and a strong, proud people, and looking to some of their ways as well. I'm seeing like collecting of shellfish and living as community, coming the way that they come together on the marae and support their community. This needs to be something that's taken on board for everybody. This may be something that's required in times to come, where communities support each other in this way. So no individual needs to have a bad outcome. They learn from this people. This was successful for them. And they are warriors, but they also know how to protect their own. They also know how to look after their own. Feed their own, share, and largely not, it's kind of shared resources, not looking out for their own needs. I'm really looking forward to going back, seeing this. I'm hearing 𝓜𝓸𝓫𝓲𝓷𝓷. Okay. I do connect in a lot with Maori ancestors. They also knew how to, so I'm singing the ladies singing, and together, and with children at their feet, and it doesn't matter, they're singing, and they've got traditional dress on as well. They just know how to come together, and also how to be together for celebration and ceremony. Again, I was just asking, is there anything else that I need to share? It's just look to this, look to this way of living, to this people, also to this nation, peaceful nation. I'm seeing the Maori tiki, the jade. It's just filling up my mind's eye. It has a power shell eye. And shellfish being carved into and bone into designs for necklaces, using resources available to you. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. The kiwi itself, the bird, thriving, population growing. There are solutions that fit all. These solutions, as for the animal, also work for the people. So just the finding of solutions and then implementing them and working with them, working together, solutions. This is a time when solutions are required. I think some of these will be seen in like flashes of inspiration, or maybe there's been plans and then things are coming forward. So you are all very hardy and peaceful and wise, and this time will end and solutions will be in place. These impacts won't be as devastating. This is a creative time. I feel there's people that are going to be getting different insights. Also, I'm seeing aurora. So maybe more aurora borealis. I don't even know what you call it. I haven't seen one. I would love to. I'm going to be seen in our skies, and I can just see the greens and the pinks, very beautiful. This is also to like hearkening better times, better tidings. More that's going to be seen down in the south of New Zealand. Don't know if you, oh, maybe I could see them when I'm there. Look to the skies. I'm seeing people walking out of their homes and just staring in amazement. Absolutely beautiful. This is due to the intensity of light that's available on the planet. This is like symbolizing this increased intensity in light. This intensity of light is also like illumination, light bulb moments, souls awakening, truths being known, feeling closer to like spirit. There will be changes that are felt and seen in your physicality, and go with these as well. I feel like I need to say you're not going crazy. It's like awakening and becoming more aware, more attuned, more illuminated. So this is where these creative ideas, it's going to be a bigger flow of creative ideas. So don't think that there won't be solutions that will be available for us to help counteract some of these trying times. It is within each man. And I'm hearing blessings. So I feel like I've been talking for a while. So I'm going to end it there and just thank you very much for being here and following me while I just share whatever I get on this channel. So I really hope that it's helpful for some of you. And yeah, if I'm not here consistently over the next few weeks, it's because it's just really difficult, with my connectivity or things like that. Okay, so until next time, I wish you all the best.